going to record on. Okay, so this is AI, the cool stuff. I've got a couple of new people here. We'll be talking about stuff that we've found, or I've found, or what other people have found over the last week or so, and just having a conversation about those things. We can also, if you've got any questions, or is it sort of any ways, or if you're a complete beginner and you've never used AI before, sort of let us know when we go around the room, because we will be going around the room in a second, just to give each other an idea of what it is that we do. So I'm just going to start with that, actually. So if I go around in the order with which people logged in. So Michael, do you want to tell us what it is you do, and also give us an idea of how you use AI in your business, if you do, and how you think it's going to improve the value to your client?
Right, thank you. Well, I'm doing something new now. It's quite exciting. It's all based on events. And I'll put this link in the chat. Have you all heard of Simon Coulson? He's very well known he's got an internet school. Anyway, on the 1st of May, he's giving usually 1 hour, 1.5 hour webinar, and it's called How to Make a Guaranteed 100,000 in 12 Months with AI. Come and see a brand new online business strategy that generates anyone $100,000 in 12 months. And if it doesn't, I'll give you $1,000. I don't know what you think of that, Steffi, but sounds interesting. So I will be promoting, and I'll put the link in the chat, and you can join up if you want to. It's all free, but so I'm quite pleased about that. So I'm getting more and more involved with AM. I'm working with Steffi; she's helping me, and I'm really excited about it. Nowsite, I know Mike's talking about it. I'm not so sure anymore. I have used their AI to change chats and everything, but I'm just not terribly convinced, Mike, but I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. That's me.
Well, we'll see more, because I think when when people understand more about how it works, it would be a different story, because it's, I think most sort of facilities are good if you use them in the way they're intended. So anyway, Mike, tell us about you.
Yeah, well, hang on, put the horns up. Yeah, okay.
Talk with the devil.
All right. So yes, I do use Nowsite. I'm a financial planner, so my main business, my main focus is helping people understand about finance and money and things like that. That's what I do. I use Nowsite, and I use the AI as a virtual assistant. I find it incredibly effective. I mean, it even writes emails better than I do. And quite honestly, I think perhaps when I show you a little bit later on, hopefully some of the things that it can do, then you'll perhaps get a grasp of the actual product. There's quite a lot to it. And I think that's part of the issue. I find as well that a lot of people are quite negative about AI. Oh, no, I can always tell it's an AI thing and you've not written in all this stuff. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. As I say, the AI, if you use it properly, it works for you. And I'm afraid it's the future. And I don't, people have got to realize that, you can't be a Luddite forever. You've actually got to grasp this technology, because it's going to happen. You can't avoid it. Nowsite is moving on to doing pictures as well as the text stuff. It's all changing. It's all happening. I reckon in a year's time, we're probably using AI to drive our cars, honestly. So that's my bit.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Martin, tell us about you and what you do, and how you use AI, or how you're planning to.
I'm also a financial advisor, Mike, but I've stopped doing a lot of the areas in financial planning, and I totally focus on protection for company directors. And I haven't used AI, and I'm all ears to find out how I might be able to benefit from it.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Martin. Perhaps we should have as well as I look at Mike's now, perhaps have a quick look at ChatGPT as well. Have you ever used ChatGPT or anything like it? Or
I'm aware of ChatGPT, but I haven't used it in my business as yet.
Okay. There is a recording of our very first meeting where we went through the basics, but we'll quickly show you as well during this meeting about how to just how to get started with a couple of things, because there's now AI. Steffi's got a great product as well, and you've we can show you ChatGPT. Oh, Simon, tell us about you.
Hello, I'm Simon Merritt. I train people in Excel, and I fix design spreadsheets, and I fix broken spreadsheets. I've been listening. I've been interested in AI since I was at school. Sorry about this. And so sorry to those who already heard this story, but as for some new people, my first flatmate was when I said I was interested in AI, was quite amused because he'd been working, had a holiday job on a farm, and AI has a slightly different meaning there. So, anyway, yeah, no, I had a look at was it Pi.ai last week?
Yeah.
I loaded it to my phone, and I was on the train. And I sort of started. I said, such and such, and it sort of said, it said, I said, hello, welcome to, what's the weather? And I said, oh, it's raining. Oh, a typical London rainy day. And still, are you cozy with your tea? And I thought, you don't spell cozy with a Z. But anyway, that's as far as I've gone with that. But it looked quite good. So, I'm looking to do more. That's me basically, Simon Merritt.
Because the pi.ai is a great product, but the Microsoft have poached all their staff, and they're going to be shutting it down by default. That they can't buy it out because that they'd be in trouble with the American monopolism or whatever the equivalent is.
It's trust, isn't it?
Yeah, antitrust laws. They're going to let it wither on the vine, I think. So unfortunately, although I think it's a great product for having a conversation with it. It's still good now, but I think long term it's gonna wither because they've he's been taken on by Microsoft. So it's the guy that invented it. So but there's an app called PI space AI. You can just load it in your phone and just have a chat to it. It's really personable, and it's full of good information. And if you think you didn't need anything, it will soon find something. It'll ask you, so what you're doing today and what you're going to do, and then it'll ferret out a couple of things and ask if you want any help with it, and it'll and you can have quite a good informative discussion with it. So anyway, Pete, tell us about you.
Well, I got your email just about the AI, and I thought I'd just jump on to hopefully maybe find out some more tips and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I work in digital marketing, mainly kind of like a SEO side of things, and I've been playing around for a while now with like ChatGPT, trying to kind of get an idea of how useful or not useful it can be. But I kind of use it quite regular, but I use it more like a research or assistant just to help achieve stuff, rather than it like writing content for example. So yeah, I'd kind of treat it just as like an assistant. Like an example would be just helping kind of fine tune like marketing messages for an industry and things like that, especially since they've kind of updated the database a bit more. I mean, at one point I was playing with it and even got like ChatGPT into like Excel and Google Sheets and things with like connectors, but I found her a bit limited on the characters. But I didn't know enough about it to take it any further. And the other kind of tool I've started using recently is one called Harper.ai. And it's like a browser extension that you can more like access like live websites and ask it to kind of basically like ChatGPT. So it uses ChatGPT, but it connects to your account on that. But rather than trying to force ChatGPT to go to a live on the web. Harper is kind of already there for it. So yeah, that's kind of where I've got up to with like AI so far, and kind of how I use it.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Pete. Steffi, tell us about you.
Right, Steffi and Gimli today. So, I'm Steffi Lewis. I'm a 30-year veteran web developer. I created Your AI last summer when I built an AI business card scanner and thought, well, what else can I do with it? And I use it all day, every day, because it's writing blog posts and it's writing stuff from other people's blog posts, and it's doing images and social media and all sorts of weird wonderful stuff all in one place. I just really like it. It's out there. I just leave it out there, and if I need to update it, I'll update it, and everybody uses it can also get access to it as well. Some video production will be next. So when Sora comes online, I will be building that in.
That's going to be awesome, and we can't wait for it. And don't know when it's going to be.
I'm going to wet myself if it does what I think.
And at the end of the summer, this is part of ChatGPT that's going to produce videos, text to video. There are samples of it now, and some people in the loop have got access to it, but ordinary mortals like me and Steph have not got access to it yet.
No, I'll do though.
Jane, tell us about you.
Oh, I was just going to put myself on off mute, but I'm not on mute. So there you go. Always on top of the tech here, you know. So Jane Chakraborty, I work for a company called Invicta Linux. The other director is my son. So it's a family business, and we focus on IT solutions for small and medium-sized businesses with a special interest with Linux on Linux and open source. So private cloud, that sort of thing, security, reliability, all that good stuff. I love AI. I think it's really gonna. I don't know if it's going to be revolutionary or evolutionary, but either way, it's going to change stuff. Definitely, maybe for the better. I think mainly for the better. I think there probably will be some careers that won't seem quite so attractive when we're really pushing it out there. And it's not hallucinating quite so much as it is at the moment, but you know. So I like Pi AI, and it was actually, I think I said last week, I might have done it was developed by Reid Hoffman Inflection. He's one of the big tech giants, and he believes in open source, but in fact Pi isn't open source. I don't think any AI is open source at the minute for obvious reasons, but I've just asked Pi whether its staff is being poached by Microsoft and whether it's going anywhere, and well, you might all be surprised to find out that it strongly disagreed and disputed that claim.
It's still independent, and it's there, but all their best people have been poached by Microsoft.
I think that's the problem. It worries me that all this, you know, talent and innovation is going to be sucked up by those big proprietary giants, and that's going to have implications for all of us.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, thanks, Jane. Nicola, tell us about you.
Hey guys, I'm Nicola Holt. I run digital agencies. We've been specializing in startups. I've been in business for about 20 years. I'm a faith-based speaker as well. I broadcast for Heartsong Live, Scotland's #1 Christian radio. I'm speaking in Scotland in the beginning of May about faith in business. And I've been using AI. I love ChatGPT. I absolutely adore it. It makes my life a whole lot easier. I've signed up for a short course in business operations and strategies to employ it more so into the technical side, or the spreadsheet side. I think Simon might be interested in this, where you can put you can add your spreadsheet to it. And I think Pete just touched on it. You can put your spreadsheet in there and ask it to draw out how many people are earning, you know, over X amount of money, and it will give you the list of people that are doing that, and then it will also give you the prices of it. So I'm kind of delving more into the educational side of what it can actually do, specifically do for me and my business. And I'm also really interested in the design side of things. So Firefly, Adobe Firefly, which is really quite incredible. I've picked out some really great images just by putting a little short description and like catering for that particular area, whatever I'm doing. So if I'm doing, say, like a WordPress workshop, I'll put in WordPress workshop, I'll put in the dates, I'll put in the particular colors, images, and everything in there, and it will draw back a specific image for me. You have to play around with it because it doesn't always give you specifically what you want to do, but spend some time with it. I just literally adore AI. I'm just going to run with it. I think everything that's coming out at the moment is so much fun, and I'm going to really run with it. Anyway, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. Thanks, Nicola.
Look forward to figuring out how to do the WordPress website in 60 seconds or whatever it is that we're doing today.
No, we're not doing that today. We did that last time.
Oh gosh, I don't know why I thought that. How did that go?
It took us 15 minutes, but it was pretty good.
Well, I'm interested to know the results of that.
Yeah. No, it did work. It did work. It's on the recording from the last. You can go to YouTube and do Peppercorn AI channel, or you can go on Peppercorn website. All the old issues are there, so you'll be able to see that. But yeah, it was called Zip WP, and it was we did what it said, and it took us about 15 minutes, 15 or just over 17 minutes, I think we timed it. But that was from scratch. That was from first going onto the website to actually get in a WordPress website, and then you can export it and put it sort of wherever your host is as well. So
I mean, how are you doing that? Like, I won't take up too much of your time because you've also got a different plan for today. But the idea of not did you have to have a hosting company? Did you have to have one-step installer? What did you actually have to do to have it start?
Well, they create the website on their platform. Then you've got 24 hours to move it once you've created it, because they won't host it.
What's the cost? What's the cost to start?
They've got a tool to move it to a different host.
Migrate it, yeah.
Yeah. Or you use your own. You can install your own plugins where it is and download it, which is what I did.
Okay, so what was the cost? What was the cost to start it?
It's quite expensive. It's free for up to 2 websites a month, and then then the next step up is $400. So it is free to try it out and see if you think. But if you're doing a couple of websites a day, I suppose it would be well worth it. But it's or even a few a month. If you were doing 4 or 5 a month, then it would be worthwhile. You've still got quite a bit of work to do once it's created it. It gives you some choices of design, and it will create content with AI for you, and it will and it did a pretty good job. I think it did a pretty good job, although you've still got a few hours work afterwards. So that's it. Right, I'll just quickly tell you about myself. I'm a web designer. I'm a WordPress guy, and I do content as well, which seems to be more than half my time at the moment. So it's AI has been quite important in that progression, and the reason why, like we've got the I've been using Steffi's actually for a few of the websites last week, and I'm going to use it more because it's really makes the process shorter. Let's put it like that. So that's for a few tokens, a few quid. It's pretty good. So it's I'm creating blogs, but as you probably know, Google's is changing in the next month or so, and you're going to have your Google's generative search, which is or zero-click experience, whatever you want to call it. But the top half of the page is going to be giving you the answer rather than giving you a list of websites, which means everyone else is going to be pushed down the list. So then underneath that, you've got the people who are paying, and underneath that, you've got the Google business, and then the natural searches are going to be the ones I've seen, maybe 2 end up in the bottom of the page, the rest go on to page 2. So that's going to be an issue. So from what I'm seeing, we should be using video instead. So that's why this sort of text to video is quite important, because we can help build up people's YouTube channels, as well as, like, if you're working for a client, you're offering these extra value. At the moment, we can do the audio. Again, I'm going to highlight Steffi's product, because it writes a blog, then you can create an audio that goes with it, which you then upload to the blog, which is great. But it would be fantastic to have a video that goes with that as well, with minimal input, and then we can offer that to the clients as well. So
it's coming, don't worry.
yeah, it is coming, and we'll just have a look at that in a second. So yeah, so that's me and what I do, and I've got this. So obviously I've got an interest in AI, which is why we're here today. So Mike's going to give us a demo of Nowsite, which is great, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've found during the week, but we can I'll quickly go through the basics as well. In fact, I'll do that now, shall I? For people that don't know, there are three ones I use. I'll share my screen if that's okay. Right. I know some people have got no experience with it at all, so you can go to sort of openai.com. You can create an account with them. You can use your Google account, or you can set up an account from scratch. The premium version is $20 a month. You get, which is GPT-4, GPT 3.5, which is still pretty good. It's free, so you don't have to pay for that. And then when you come in, you get this screen, which is largely blank. But on the left-hand side, you've got your previous conversations you've had with it. At the top here, I've got GPTs are routines that both OpenAI and other people have written, and you can use these to create images, or to do certain tasks. You can summarize YouTube videos and things like that, but there are better tools there. But and then you just key in a conversation. How old is the oldest Viking ship ever found? I just made that up. I don't know. So it's pretty okay. The oldest one ever found is the Osberg chip, which is estimated to be 1,000 years old. So you can use it as like you would use Google, or you can create a Facebook post about this. I made a spelling mistake, but let's find out. Okay. So now it's created by default, it's created it with emojis and everything. So it's created a Facebook post based on my last question and based on the information that it got. So and it's done it in like a Facebook style with hashtags and everything. So that's its default thing, but it'll do anything you want it to, and they're all the same. Which is this is the free version, so it's pretty good. The other ones I use are Perplexity. ChatGPT only goes back as, what is it, Steffi? Is it last May?
Yeah, I think it's May 23.
Yeah, they are coming forward all the time, but it's only got information from that date. Perplexity
3.5 is earlier than that. 4 is May 23.
Okay, yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So you get an older information. Perplexity, which has got a free version as well, will look up information from the web and give you the sources. So oldest Viking ship discovered. This is not the pro version because I've let it lapse, but okay. So now it's given us a totally different answer, which is 1,300 years old. But this, the thing I like about Perplexity is it gives us the sources, gives us the sources of where it's got the information, and these are live. It uses live web searches. So I guess I would trust this to be up to date more than I would do ChatGPT. So that's it's given us information about this. I'll say write Facebook post about this, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, it's a bit long for a Facebook post, I think, but it's you can say make it 50% shorter, and then it'll just give me a shorter post. So that's the other one. The other one is Gemini, which you can get Gemini Advanced. You can get 2 months free, and then again it's $20. They're all $20 a month. That thereabouts. Gemini is $20 a month. Or was it £20? I don't know. It's 20 somethings, and it's they're almost the same these days. But the again, Gemini is the same. It will look up current information as well, because obviously being Google, Gemini is Google, and ChatGPT is kind of a mixture, but I think it's about half Microsoft, isn't it? And I'm not sure.
Buy a lot of it.
Yeah. So and Gemini is the same. Oldest Viking ship discovered, and this will Gemini again. Gemini is okay. This is unsure. So
it's not good, is it?
It's not as definite as the others, you know.
Yeah. Pi said Pi was ChatGPT 3.5. It came up with the same Oslo, in display in Oslo. So it's Perplexity seems to, well, I don't know, but Perplexity seems to have got that one bang on.
Yeah, I do.
I'm sorry, I don't. There's a problem if it says one. It is believed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of people are very certain about things, and they turn out not to be true. So I would actually think, you know.
Yeah. I do like Perplexity. Seems to be more accurate with things as well, and it seems to, because it gives you the sources as well. It seems to be like you can quote on that. I do like Perplexity. I do think it's a really good AI, but there's always compromises, you know, with ChatGPT. You've got loads and loads of those GPTs plugins and things that some of them are really useful, and so the best idea is to just play with it. So it's a good starting place. I mean, I started with ChatGPT because it's the one I'd heard of, and but I've gone. I don't know what I use now. I sort of use a mixture. I just take whatever takes my fancy at that time, you know. But I do use ChatGPT probably more, to be honest.
What's your take on Bard? So sorry. What's your take on Bard?
Well, Bard's gone. It's Gemini now. So
is it?
they were going to run them together, and Bard got, Gemini is Bard for all intents and purposes.
Gemini sponsored the boat race. I wonder who Gemini was.
Yeah, Gemini's a lot better than Bard. It's been upgraded. I mean, I hardly ever use. I know Jane was a fan of Bard, but I didn't use it as very much because I wasn't impressed with the.
Okay. What is that? Is that what Google? Is that Google's net? Is that Google's then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gemini's Google's.
Did they sort the images out on Gemini?
No, and they've taken down a lot of stuff because they've found it was overly woke. Like if you said, "Give me some Nazi stormtroopers," half of them would be black women, you know. And even if you don't know much about the Nazis, you would know that they wouldn't have employed black women as stormtroopers. So yeah. So okay, Mike, shall we do your segment if you want to show us about there? You should be able to share your screen if you.
Yeah, we're okay. Good.
And we'll quickly see what now AI can do.
Okay, so we're talking about Nowsite, which is, they've got about, I don't know, about somewhere around 100,000 users out there. So they've got quite a lot of people out there. They're worldwide. They are in virtually every language you can imagine. So they don't just do English, they do all the other languages as well. There are 3 levels to it. The basic one is the one that most people are looking at the moment. That is, it's really designed, or it has been designed for network marketing people. And my AI is designed for posting and basically building a network marketing type of business. Marketing AI is much more. That is really the one I would say that's what you need, but that's what you need is the marketing AI. But it does instant websites, it does sales funnels, landing pages, the email campaigns up to 30,000 a month, and it does detailed analytics. Then Unlimited, which I have, but that's just by instance, I have to get it. At the moment, I'm not sure I can justify it. It's quite a lot more expensive. It gives a very big database. I mean, the database is 2.2 million people, and I can, or 2.2 billion people, and I can show you what the database looks like. It's very good, no doubt about it. And also, you get a CRM as well. CMS comes with the Prime, and it is a very good CMS because that's how I actually got into Nowsite. Because I was with that CMS before, and they moved me over. Okay, so that's really what it does. So I'm going to stop share for a second, and I'm going to come up with this thing that what it looks like. Green. Okay, so it's coming up. Hopefully, well, yes, here we are. Okay, so this is the Nowsite dashboard. Okay, and you've got all these things down the side telling you what you do. Remember that I said the social media stuff, the network marketing stuff is the one that's the most common at the moment being used. If people have heard of somebody like Eric Worre, have you heard of Eric Worre? Anybody? Blank silence. Okay, yeah. Eric Worre is probably the biggest trainer of network marketers in the world. There's another guy who's got a very big training organization. Have you heard of Herbalife? Yeah, Herbalife have taken this product on for all their distributors. So you can appreciate Herbalife is the biggest network marketing company in the world. So there's a lot of people are getting very excited about what this will do. So basically, if you run down the system, what we've got message writing, we've got how to train your AI, and that's important. One of the things I love about this is you train the AI. So you answer some questions, it learns a bit about you. Just to give you an example, this happened to me only the other day. It was doing a blog for me, or helping me with a blog. I use it as a virtual assistant. I don't actually get it to do stuff for me. I use it as a virtual assistant. It was writing one of the blogs, and it made reference to the American 401k system. So I actually wrote in and said, excuse me, I'm English, British, not American. The AI not only came back straight away and actually apologized to me. But I'm so sorry, Mike, I made a mistake there. Put your stuff back in again and I'll resort it. It did resort it, and it even put a joke in about English stiff upper lips. I mean, it's just, it was just, I said to the company, is this some little guy in there hiding in a box, or is it really an AI? It's quite amazing. But anyway, let me just show you quickly what it'll do. At the basic level, then, first of all, the social level. So we can post on social media, we can comment, and we can start conversations. So if you're posting on social media, we can get it to work. Yep. Okay. So it'll do a caption and suggested image. It does a short text. It does a long text. It'll caption your image. It'll caption your video. It'll do all that. Or you've got the surprise me button. And I'll just hit the surprise me button and see what happens. Okay. So we're doing a surprise now. This is nothing to do with me. This is just the AI doing its thing. But it's based on my information that I put into it. So it's very interesting to see what it will come up with. How it will go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Mostly it works, but it doesn't always get it right. Sometimes. So here we are. As a lifelong enthusiast of literature, I see books as gateway to mirrored universes. That's right. I read a lot. Told him that. Imagine losing yourself in complex societies of the Recluse series. Now, you've probably never heard of the Recluse series. I've been following the Recluse series. I've read it over and over again. I love them. I think they're fantastic. They're a fantasy science fiction book written by a guy called Modicit, and most people have never heard of it. They are actually, I love them. So there you are. That's talking about me. That's not anything else. That's me. There's your passion. What's your passion? Here's thing. Get started. So you can actually then click on that, and you've got a choice of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, as they used to be called, and it will change the text according to where you're going. So if we were to go to Instagram, it will change the text to match what it considers the audience of Instagram. So that's what it does. It does that all the way through. I mean, when I post on LinkedIn, I've got 3 or 4 groups. I just post it into different groups. It gives me the same thing. So that's that. Commenting on posts. If somebody's got a post out there and they want to comment, I just copy the post, I bung it into the system, and the AI will come back with a response to that post. So that's sort of the bottom end system that works. Now, let me just show you the next thing. Eric AI, I've mentioned Eric Worre. Eric AI is designed for the network market. This is Eric, here he is. Okay, so if I want to chat to Eric, I can chat to Eric. I can say, something like, how do we respect? I don't know what it said. I just see what that, put that in. Dumpty. I have a cup of tea at this time. Here we go. Come on, Eric, we're waiting.
Does he actually say it, does he?
Yeah, he'll speak, but he's sometimes a bit slow. I think I got him. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
It looks like a Synthesia video being created on the fly.
Yeah, I was looking at, yes.
I know you can do that with our API.
Okay, I'm going to skip that now because you've got the idea of what it does. There's also Mike AI, which is me, which is the AI that I personally have trained. So we're going to go back now to here, and we're going to look at the other things it would do. My contacts. Let's go to my contacts. Now, these are contacts that I've got from my own contacts and from the database that's provided as well. And I'll show you how we do that in a minute as well. Let's pick on the first one, Michael Harwood. Here he is. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so this is the contact for this particular gentleman. Name, his location, his age, what his LinkedIn address is, what he does, all his interests, yeah? And I've got the chance to, he's got enhanced information, so I can enhance it myself. I can check his personality. I can do that and I can work on it. I've got tactics I can work with, notes of my stuff that I've dealt with, and a history of how much I've worked with him. So all the CRM is there. So I'm doing a follow-up or something like that. It's all here. This is the CMS system that they've got there. But if I just wanted to see who it was, I could click the social media, have a quick look to remind myself of who he is. Hopefully he's there, because sometimes it's a bit out, but not always. There we are, Michael Howard. So he's an account director at Blue Chip. We're not in contact yet. We're pending. Okay, so that's where we are. So I've actually asked him, invited him to contact connect, but he hasn't. That's that one. All right, that's what you can do with the contacts. And if you go back to more contacts, you can see I've got about 3,000 contacts on the system that are 3,028 that I've picked up. And what I do, I put by way of lists, got a different number of lists. So you can see the lists here, all the lists I've got. So for example, if it's somebody living in Leeds, then when I get that contact will go to contact Leeds. And that's where I'll put it into. And then I can use that list to mail people who may be with relevant stuff for leads or whatever it is I'm doing at the time. Yeah. So if we go back and show you.
Sorry, Mike, can we speed it up a little bit because we're sort of.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. If you wanted to get a prospect, by the way, that's how you get a prospect. And just a couple of minutes and I'm done. There you are. There's a new prospect. That's a new prospect off the database. Now I can write to him, do whatever I want. Okay. Now let's go down and look at the marketing side of it. You can do your own websites, or they will build websites for you. Actually, it's part of the package. They will do. They've got a marketing service. They will build your own. They will build your own stuff for you. So they will actually put in websites, write your email, write your blog, write your SMS, write your social posts. They would do all that for you. But you can do it yourself. And in fact, if you look at websites, here's my list of websites that I've got. Nicola, there's no limit to the number of websites you can have. They're all hosted on this particular platform. These blog 12, 13, all the rest of it. This is the latest sort of series of blogs that I've written for it. There's various other things. There's various towns that I've got. You need to have a little bit of understanding of how the system works, which I find confusing at times. But there's complete training providers. There's a guy on a Monday night who's an expert on websites and things like that. He does training for an hour on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Monday night, I go and do it. So there's all the information there. He provides some of these things, and the various stuff there. And just the websites. They're all. Let's see if I can. It's yeah. Find the Zoom slows everything down, doesn't it? It's a problem.
Can do, yeah.
Here we go. Let's look at. Let's pick my range of financial. Okay, well, it is there. It does exist.
And that has to be hosted on.
I don't want to waste your time on trying to put it up. It might come up while we're playing with others.
Okay.
Finish off quickly. These are all the things you can do. You've got analytics. You can do. I mean, obviously funnels and all that sort of thing you can do as well. So everything is there. You've got team content and chat, but they're the advanced stuff. They're the second level. So that's really how the thing works. If anybody's got a quick question, I'm happy to take it. Yes, Nicola.
What's the cost?
Okay, I can help you with that right now. If I stop sharing for a second. And what I would suggest is that you don't go for the middle one until you've actually got a hang of what it's doing, what it does, and part of the training, because the training is, I think, quite important as well. But if we can share screen again. Relevant. Okay. As it happens, there was a meeting yesterday, and for a reason which I won't go into, it's their birthday actually, but for a reason I won't go into, the price of this normally is $29 a month. Okay. You can get a month for $7 now. You can sign on and get a month for $7 using code 7. There's my link there, which I will put in the chat for you. It only effective for 7 days. You've got 7 days. You can get on for a month. If you don't like it, you just drop out at the end of the month and go and do something else. But I think what I found is the way they do it, because they do it this way, people stop, once they get into it, they realize just what it would do. It's quite amazing what it would do. That's the option at the moment. So for you, Nicola, $7 at the moment. And you can take it from there. And as I say, that's easy as that. So I'll put the thing in the chat for you. I'll come out of here. I'll stop sharing.
Mike, can I just ask you a quick question? You know, when you were doing the demo and you had somebody on LinkedIn that you hadn't actually connected with at the time, but on the prospect page or proposal page, you had quite a lot of information about, including the date of birth. Where did that info? Where was it harvested
That
from?
comes from the database, and it's a qualified database. I don't know the background details at all, but I do know they're very, very careful on GDPR. Very careful.
Mm.
You've actually got a GDPR button on your website that you click to put GDPR specifications on. So the only reason we'd have that information, as far as I know, is it's in the database, and that is trackable. So if somebody said to me, "Where'd you get my information?" and they do sometimes, I can actually say you go to
Advertise it on something. Yeah.
Interesting, very interesting, quite detailed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of detail. There is.
That's worryingly detailed.
We look at the personality side of it. Gives you the red, green, blue personality stuff and everything. You can actually tailor your question, match that. It don't always have time for it, but the option is there if you want.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Nicola.
May I just quickly ask, does it do newsletters? Can you put all the other different marketing elements to your?
Yes, newsletters, circulars, mail shots. So the mail shots are automatic as well. So the leads list, for example, I've got a mail shot that goes out to the leads people. When somebody signs on to leads list, it will automatically send a chain of 3 emails that I've put together, that address to that person. It'll do that itself. I don't have to get involved at all.
And it sources the images as well for you too.
Yes, it sources images as well.
Excellent
In fact,
news.
if you saw my blog that I did, the picture on that blog, AI generated. I got that from AI. I told it what to do.
I'm blogs, newsletters. I'm going to be signing up, I think. Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay. Pete.
Yeah, just one question. You know, like with the websites, they're all on like the now.site domain. So can you, like, as it hosts websites on that server, can you actually have like your own domain name to them websites?
Yes, you could have your own domain and you can move stuff from. There is a system. It's all to do with numbers, and I don't understand it, but it works. You can move it to wherever you want to, but I don't see the point. I mean, I can put 100 websites. I can put 200 websites. There's no limit to the number of websites I can do. I can do one a day for a year if I want to.
So you can move the
leave it on Nowsite. They won't want to interfere with it.
The problem with that is you're giving all the SEO Google juice to Nowsite.
Of course, I understand that, but then I've got my own website place as well. So I've got my own website as well, on a separate server. But I have to pay for that. I'm already paying for Nowsite. Thank you very much. Don't pay for too much, and I don't care. You know, I don't worry what if Google's taking all my stuff anyway. They're doing it by nature. Okay. Okay, there you go. It's in the link's in the site now. And for the discount, for the $7 discount, only for 7 days, the discounted price of $7 for 7 days, and that your months to play with it, and that will be available to you, using the discount code of 7. So you'll see a little spot code in, put the code of 7, and you'll do it. That is a very restricted offer. It's just by chance that I got it last night. There's only about 200 or 300 people who got that. So, go for it.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I'll just quickly show you one thing that I found that I've started using that I thought was pretty cool. It's called MyMemo. Has anybody heard of MyMemo? Okay, good. Yeah. So it's just called MyMemo.ai. It uses pretty standard stuff, but it's a way of keeping collections together. So you can add within MyMemo, you can put in notes, you can add documents, PDFs or Word documents, you can add links to websites, you can do videos from YouTube, and there's a Chrome plugin, so you can just right click on anywhere on the page on a YouTube video, and it's there. And then the cool thing is that you can have different collections. So I've got one here. I've not been using it very long, but then you can just chat with this collection. So I could upload. I've got a load of PDFs, and I want to write some blogs because these are not generally available. They are available on the web, but you won't find them. They're not in the search engines or anything. So I've got about 20 of these pamphlets, PDFs, so I can upload them all into here, and then I can chat with that collection and get it to create. I can get it to. This is an old chat. I can chat with the collection, and then I can get it to write blogs or give me information that I extract from all of those, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you're doing research or you're doing blogs, or not blogs, or finding material or collating material, and you've got lots and lots of different sources, you can just add it into it as you're going along, and then sort it out later. So I thought that was a pretty cool.
Are you saying that Memo actually does the video for you, or you can just upload the documents?
No, you just upload your documents, or you can just put a link into a video to a YouTube video, and it will use the transcript to give you it will give you an instant summary of that video anyway, and then it will give you. But the cool thing is you can actually chat with that collection, you know. So it uses that collection as its database, and then you do it. I mean, there are ways of uploading PDFs into ChatGPT and chatting with that PDF. You know, you can upload research documents, and you know, you can do quite, like Perplexity will allow you to do like a couple of gigabytes is the limit of the file size to upload to Perplexity, for instance. So you could upload an enormously long PDF. I don't know how long it would have to be to take up 2 gigabytes, but it would have to be really, really long. So you'd be able to upload that and then extract information by just chatting to it. So it's a good way. I mean, I can see sort of scientific uses where people upload sort of research papers and things, and then extract the information they want. But I mean, I think it's that was pretty good for everything, because it was good for me because I've got lots of these documents kicking around all over the place and different PDFs. So I thought it was pretty cool to actually load them in there. Good. I was going to do some video generation in Canva. I think a lot of people use Canva. I think it's for images and things, but they've just been improving their offerings with video sort of generation, and it's rubbish for animals and people. But if you wanted like a scene or a sea or something without people, like I tried to emulate, as I showed yesterday, a couple of mammoths walking through the snow, and they both had 3 tusks. But they weren't bad. I tried to do a Viking ship going across the sea, and the sails are moving, but the ship wasn't. Neither was the sea. But with these things, you just do it again and again, and you do get a better response. You know, you always get a different response. So that's what I think there. So that's wrapped up. Okay. Anybody want to say anything or found anything cool in the last?
Could I just take you back to MyMemo, David? Because did you who's created the platform? Did you
I don't know actually. It's just it was I saw it on a YouTube video. It was just MyMemo.ai.
Yeah, I've got that, but apparently it's available for free. But
yes.
Yes, anyway,
yeah. There's a free version which you can do up to 5 collections and 100 conversations a month for free, and it's $9.99 it's priced in, so it's $9.99 if you want the premium version, which seems to be unlimited everything.
Yeah.
So
Excellent, thanks. That's brilliant. So we've got OpenAI, Harper AI, somebody mentioned, and Perplexity. I've got to get that. That looks good. I think that had the right answer. That was interesting.
yeah, I'm gonna look at Harper as well. I haven't looked at Harper yet, but
Your AI.
in your
Oh, of course.
yeah.
I just posted a link to my blog post on my personal blog about the threat to the next general election from deepfakes.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's a really good AI generated picture on there as well.
Wait, is that your AI? Right, that's good.
Yeah, because they're faking the voices. I mean,
Yeah,
They're doing all sorts of stuff.
You can use different labs and clone your own voice, but I mean, also obviously the technology is there to clone people's voices really easily. And
the premise of my blog post is about what happens if you were going to vote for somebody and then an image of him being arrested for drunken disorderly appears like 2 days before the election. Would you still vote for that person? That's the premise of my blog post. So have a look at steffilewis.com.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Steffi.
Well, are you on your AI, Steffi, or is it steffilewis.com?
steffilewis.com.
Okay, that's why I can't find it.
The link is in the chat.
Oh, lovely. You'll be sending that round, David, won't you?
Yeah, I won't be sending it. I will put the links in next to the video. On all the videos, the links are all in there, and I think I've put them on the YouTube video as well. Although I haven't long been doing that, but I'll sort that out. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming along today. If anybody wants to do a presentation, if you're doing some cool stuff or you found stuff out, just let us know, and we'll you can show us what it is you found or what you do.
I'll book a slot in August because I reckon I'll have my first version of your blog available by then.
Okay.
Great. Excellent news.
I found I've been locked out of because I Speechello, and I found I've been locked out of it. So I don't know what, so I'm going to have to do a bit more investigation about that because that's quite interesting.
May I have some advice on the AI to use for proposals? So if you're doing like a grant funding proposal or different bits and pieces like that, is there anything that will support you in that specifically?
I'm not sure actually. I would just go to Perplexity or one of them, just key it in what it is you want and see what it gives you.
Okay, all right then.
I don't know specifically. It might be, but there might be out there, but I'm not
something
sure.
specific. All right then. That's